Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I really hope you're all doing okay and having a great day and an amazing week. My name is Effie and today I'm starting a new series on my channel and I'm going to call it Palette Play, but I feel like loads of people have done this and it's had loads of different names. The idea is I have this tin and inside the tin is loads of little pieces of paper. On the little pieces of paper are the names of all of my eyeshadow palettes. In each video, I will be working with one eyeshadow palette and I will be creating 3 looks with it. The way it's going to work is I will do one look on one eye, one look on the other eye, take them both off and then do a final third look on both eyes and do my base and everything like that. The base is done off camera so the video isn't too long, but everything on my face will be linked down in the description box if you are interested. This is the third look from the first palette I used. Also, I'm going to give myself time to think about what I'm going to do with each palette. So I actually picked this palette out of the tin last night to give myself the evening to think about what I was going to do with it. So here is the clip of me picking out the palette. Hi, please excuse the state of me. I've been filming all day and I'm just popping on to pick my palette to play with tomorrow. This is the tin. And it's filled with tiny pieces of paper. They're all folded up. I can't see what's on any of them. So let's just pick one out. Let's go for this one. Tomorrow I will be playing with the Revolution X Soph Super Spice. I'll show you a zoomed in version. There we go. The Revolution Super Spice with Soph. Good luck tomorrow, Effie. So as you saw, the palette we'll be playing with today is the Soph Super Spice palette. It looks like this. And the next palette I'll be playing with will be picked at the end of this video, so just stay tuned if you want to see what palette is coming next. But I think that's all the information I need to give you. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. It's all makeup content here, so if that sounds interesting to you, then this is the place to be. I will also leave in the description box the link to the first video I filmed with this, where I tested it along with the rest of the Soph collaboration. So if you're interested, please do go and check that out. But other than that, go enjoy the video. I have used this palette before a few times. The only problem is the last look I did with this palette I really didn't like, and because of that I have a pretty bad taste in my mouth whenever I go to use it. I'm hoping this will fix it a little bit, and the way I plan on fixing it is by sticking to pretty standard colour schemes. I'm not going to go too out there with this palette, which I might do with some of my other palettes in this series, but for this one I want to keep it pretty standard and just create nice looks that I like enough to override the look that I did that I didn't like. I hope that makes sense. So let's zoom you in on this eye and get started. The eye primer I'm going to be using throughout this video is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So starting with a pencil brush and the shade Extra Spice, which is the red, I'm just going to put this in sort of like a semicircle shape around my eye, keeping it in my crease. Okay, now I'm just going to dust off this pencil brush and go in with my next shade, which will be Cocktail, which is the orange shade. And just taking that around that red shade, half on, half off, to blend it out. I will say the shades look very similar on the eyes. Okay, so I think I need to go in with a fluffy brush and just blend that out a little bit. I'm just going to stick with this brush. I'm going to dust it off and go in with the shade Sunshine, which is the yellow. Okay, I was a little bit worried that yellow shade wasn't going to work. But realistically, the issue I'm having here is that the orange shade is just a little bit patchy. So I'm going to try and blend these a little bit more now. As you can see, I'm just going to start pulling those shades around my lower lash line as well. I pulled the shades quite low on my lower lash line just because I feel like this look is a bit more dramatic. So I kind of want it to be a bit more dramatic. Now I'm going to go in with the black, which is called Night Owl, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. Then I'm just taking a clean brush. This is different. I have loads of these brushes. And I'm just going to gently blend the edge of the black. Going in with a little bit more black. Back in with the brush that had the red on it. Now I'm just going to be switching between all those shades and trying to get the blend right. There we go, I'm quite happy with that. I might put a bit of a shimmer on the lid. I might go in with a little bit of Dreamy, which is this shade here. It doesn't have much of a base on it. Let's try it out. Yeah, that looks quite nice. I've just patted a small amount of that all over the lid. And it looks quite nice. So there we go. That is eye look number 1. I'm not going to be doing my base or my lip or anything like that. On to the other eye. Let's get this one primed and switch on to our pink and purple look. In this look, we will kind of be sticking more to the pinky purples. So there is Papa, Lover, Lockdown, maybe a bit of the red as well. I'm not too sure yet. Maybe a bit of the blue. We'll see how we're getting on. But let's make a start. So again, I'm starting with a pencil brush and I'm going to go into the shade Papa, which is the purple. I'm going to make this sort of a drawn out look. Same pencil brush, I'm going to go in with a little bit of Blue Lagoon just on the outer corner to sort of change the shade of it a little bit. Okay, that worked quite nicely. On to one of these brushes again. By the way, these are from the brand, I think it's like Royal Cosmetics or something like that. They are really, really good. I'm going in with the shade Lover. And again, I'm just going to grab a fluffier brush to help blend this out a little bit. In with the same fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Lockdown, which is the lilac. This is one of the shades in the palette that I actually don't like. I don't think it does a lot. It doesn't have a lot of pigment. It's just not really done much on my eye. So that is one of the shades that I don't think is very good in this palette. The other one is the shade Frere. F-R-E-R-E. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. I'm terrible at French. But the sort of blue shimmery shade, I don't think it does a lot. So yeah, unfortunately, that's not my favourite shade in this palette. I'm just going to go back through all those shades and just blend them a little bit more. I'll be honest, I'm not enjoying this look as much as I am this look. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of black to the outer corner and just keep blending it, and hopefully I can try and make it a bit better. Okay, I don't particularly like this look at all. I'm trying to fix it and make it better, but it is just not working. I think there's quite a few things wrong with it, and some of them are my fault and some of them are the palette's fault. So things that are my fault is it's kind of at the wrong angle. I kind of needed it to be a bit more up, but it's not. I could wipe it away with a makeup wipe, and I might actually try that to see if I like it a bit more. Secondly, I don't know. The pink's too bright. It took over the purple way too much, which I wouldn't expect because pink and purple are two colours that generally tend to go together pretty well. I pretty much just covered the blue with the black because that wasn't working for me. I don't know, it's just not, these colours just aren't working well together. You can't even see the lilac shade. I don't like that shade at all. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe up the lower lash line. I'm not going to bother cutting the crease because I don't think I'm going to like it regardless, and I'm just going to pick a shimmer to go on the lid. I might go in with that dreamy shade again because I feel like that would match the best. Yeah, I think that might be the only option. There's actually not that many shimmers in this palette, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, not liking this look. Let me try and fix it. Okay, so there we go. I'm still not sold on this look, to be completely honest. I think the pink shade is the problem, and I'll be completely honest, the last time I used this palette and I didn't like the look, I also used that pink shade and I also didn't like it. So maybe it is the pink shade. What I'm going to do now is simply put on some brows and some mascara and maybe even a lash, just so I can take pictures of the look, to be honest. But there we go. That is what the first two looks are looking like. Okay, so here are close-ups of the looks with the lashes and brows. This is look number 1, which I quite like. And this is look number 2, which isn't my favourite, but I just took some pictures of it and it actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it's not that bad, it's just not as good as this one. And I don't know why. Okay, I'm back. There is a little bit of lash glue stuck in my lashes. That's fine. I primed this eye. I'm going to do this eye on camera and then I'm going to go off camera, do the other eye, base, everything, and then we'll be done. Let's give this a go. I want this to be a super simple look because I want to like it. I'm going to be sticking to the brown. So I'm starting with the shade Cookie Dough. I'm going to take a little bit of the white shade called To Be Fair just to help blend this out a little bit. Going in with my more pointed blending brush and the shade Cereal. And I'm just keeping this a bit closer to my crease. Going back into my fluffy brush and the shade Cookie Dough just to help blend that out. I am really liking their shades. They're not too warm, they're not too cool. It's sort of like, in my opinion, it's like that teddy bear colour. You know when everybody used to have those teddy bear coats? This is the colour that I think of when it comes to them. I don't even know why, I don't know what I'm saying. I just really like the shades and I'm not really a brown sort of person. Just on a sort of flat, fluffy brush, I'm going to take the shade Brownie. And I'm sort of bringing this on the outer and inner corner as well as through my crease. And then just going back through those shades to blend. And I'm also going to add a little bit of the black called Night Owl because I actually really like the black in this palette. That's what I've learnt today. And now I'm just going to blend those through one more time. Okay, weirdly, as much as I am a colour person, I'm really loving these browns. I think these might be the best shades in the palette, to be honest. I'm really loving the blend, the colours, the shades, everything. Absolutely loving it. And now for shimmers, I'm going to go in with the shade Mirror Ball on like the centre of my lid, and then the shade Not Gonna Lie on either side, just to help blend it a little bit more. So starting with the shade Mirror Ball. I'm going to try wetting it. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm not sure what it is about this shade. It's just not the best. I think maybe it's the formula. It's a little bit flaky. I'm not sure. Let's try the shade Not Gonna Lie. Okay, that shade works absolutely fine. It's actually a beautiful, beautiful shade. So I'm just going to pop that all over. You can still see the shade Mirror Ball shining through in the middle, which is quite nice. But that Not Gonna Lie shade is much more my street. I imagine that the shade Mirror Ball would work great with your finger, but I don't like using my fingers. So the shade Not Gonna Lie wins. I really like it. So that's all I'm going to do on this eye for right now. What I'm going to do is go off, catch up the other eye, do my full base. I'll probably just pull the same matte shades along my lower lash line, and then I will show you the finished product. There we go, that is the third look. I am actually really enjoying this look. I'm not a brown tone person at all, but this looks so nice. Everything on my face will be linked in the description box in case you are interested. But the lip is a mixture of the Anastasia matte lipstick in the shade Spice and the Soph Revolution lipstick in the shade Syrup. And my highlight is also from the Soph highlight palette. So I tried to pull in as much Soph as possible. I like this look. I think this is probably my favourite of the three. This and the Sunset Eye I really enjoyed. The pink one, not so much. I think my final thoughts on this palette are: the browns work really well. The colourful shades are good in their own right, with the exception of the lilac. I still don't like the lilac shade. But the red worked well, the yellow, the orange, the pink works well in its own right. I just think it takes over whatever look you're going to use it in. I will try and use it again and try and use a lighter hand with it, but I honestly just think it's too bright and it just takes over. The purple I really like. I knew I already liked it. The green I haven't used in this video, but I did use it in my first video, which I will also leave linked in the description box, and I really like it. I think now I've pretty much used every shade except this shade here, which is the shade Festive. As much as I love greens, it's just too dark of a shimmer shade for me. Overall, this is a decent palette, but I just prefer her first two, and I think this one is a little bit more expensive, which isn't great. It looks really nice, I just don't think it works as well as it looks, unfortunately. But I will say today has left a better impression on me than the last time I used this palette, and I have got some good looks out of this palette already. I just think it's not as good as the other two, and I would expect the quality to get better as she went along. I don't hold this against Soph. I still absolutely love her. I still love this palette. I still love her other two palettes. I'll be keeping all three of them, and I will definitely be using the browns more, because this look I'm actually really enjoying, and I imagine just a black and brown smoky eye would also work really well. So there we go, that is the final thoughts on the palette. Before we go, I will quickly pick the next palette that I will be using. So again, all the palettes are in this box, and I will just be picking one to use in the next video. This one. And this is the one I picked. It is the Beauty Bay Sunset Horizons palette. I'll give you a zoomed in look at that. There we go. So there we go. That is the next palette that I'll be using in this series. If you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up, and if you like my content, please consider subscribing. It's all makeup content here, so if that sounds like your thing, this is the place for you. If you like this sort of series, please do let me know. Let me know what palettes you're excited to see me use. But other than that, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!